It's time to make something big. And I mean really big. Hey everyone, my name is Neil and this is Real Terrain Hobbies. And here is the start of something huge. Now we're gonna attempt to create a massive gaming board with an entire medieval city perched high upon a massive hill overlooking the lush valley below. Now the problem is that's gonna take a ton of buildings to make this into something truly epic and amazing. Now I think I might just know who to call. Problem is they live on the other side of the world.
Okay, so to start off, I live smack dab in the middle of a country called Canada. Home to the majestic beaver, killer moose, maple syrup, wheat fields, and another guy you might know named Jeremy from Black Magic Craft. We need buildings for this project, and what better place to find the most amazing, highly detailed, realistic buildings out there than Croatia, home to beautiful shorelines with amazing beaches, incredible medieval architecture, and of course, Tabletop World, the best medieval terrain buildings on the market. And we've partnered together to create something truly incredible.
So today is something a little bit different. As you can tell, I've just got some massive boxes that have come in. It's hard to see exactly how big. Here I am kind of beside these things. Huge. So what is this? This is crazy. What's in these things? They're huge. Well, this is actually full of Tabletop World buildings. Finally, they're here. This is just gonna be an absolute, as you know, an absolute crazy build. Look at this look at this box. It takes up the size of my whole entire 6-foot table, basically. Yes, huge. So anyway, let's open these things up and see what we've got here. So this is gonna be a big job, as you can see. Put this guy. By the way, I've got my two boys here sitting in their chairs. They're pretty excited. They didn't want to miss this, so we have a small audience here. Is this how we got to do it? So confusing. Oh, I know what they did. Let's try that. I don't think this is one giant box. Okay, yes, I was right. So, box number one. Okay. I think it's the one. First box, should we save it? Let's save this one to the end. This is the big one. Okay, let's move on to this one. Oh yeah, this is a masterpiece. This is huge. This guy is the merchant shop and it's beautiful. Okay. Merchant house. Oh man, so exciting. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, put this here. I'm gonna call my boys over to help me open the rest of this, and then we'll go over everything and see what we've got here all said and done. You guys wanna come? Here, who wants to open this one?
I will.
You will. All right, guys, this is a big kahuna, their masterpiece of all the Tabletop World stuff. This is it. So we're gonna open this up now and it's gonna be epic. Let's do this. There you have it, a table full of Tabletop World buildings. Absolutely insane. The detail on each of those little stones is just phenomenal. Absolutely gorgeous. All of these. Yeah. So there's our table full of Tabletop World. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit nervous about this too. So, yeah, it's a lot of buildings to paint.
So here they are, the Tabletop World buildings in all their majesty. The detail on these is incredible, and the amount of work and paint to go into these is going to be intense, to say the very least. If you haven't seen the video review and unboxing I did of these buildings, check out the link just above, and I go into detail as to what my initial thoughts are on these incredible buildings.
So here we are, ready to get things painted. As you've seen, we've unboxed a ton of buildings. Tabletop World has sent almost everything they've got at me here, which is absolutely insane. So, looking at all this, it is truly insane. It's crazy. And you know what? I honestly don't think I can do it in time. It's just, this is gonna take me well over a year. I need to get these painted up, and I just don't think I can do that. So maybe if I had another YouTuber on hand, you know, one of those guys that do paint miniatures, you know, there's one of them that would be able to make this work.
Hey,
but oh, hey, it's Brent from Goobertown Hobbies.
Brent from Goobertown Hobbies here.
How did you get here?
I am not really sure, but wow, I'm glad that I'm here. Look at this.
Yeah,
What is this?
Tabletop World sent all these buildings. They want me to make an amazing project for them, but I gotta get these things painted up.
These are beautiful.
You run a painting channel, don't you?
I do.
Yeah.
I would love to paint these.
convenient.
This looks awesome. Well, I've got about 5 days before I teleport back out of here. So
Wait. 5 days?
5 days.
5 days. This would take me a year. You think we can get these done in 5 days?
We have to.
All right, I don't think it's gonna happen. If you think it can happen,
Well, I think we need to stop chit-chatting here. I think we need to get down to it.
okay, we're gonna get to work here, guys. These gotta get painted up. Can we do it? We'll find out. All right. Okay, let's get at her.
Yes, that's right. We've got Brent himself, the man, the legend, the one they call the Bob Ross of miniature painting. So, first things first, we need to get set up, and pretty much our entire first day was us waking up in the morning, having our cup of coffee, looking at the terrain, getting the table set up, doing our takes at the camera, and finally, later on in the evening, we get to doing some priming. So first off, with these buildings, these are cast in resin. And from the casting process, you get mold residue on the models. That's why you need to wash them first. It's critical you do that, otherwise there can be rubber pieces, oils, things of that nature that will stop the paint from adhering.
Perfect. You want to be right on camera like that? Okay. Perfect.
All right, so the first big job was to get these buildings primed up and ready for paint. It was a big job just getting them brought up from downstairs. So we got set up here. I got the paint can, Brent's got the camera. We've been plugging away at this for a couple hours already. It's going quite well. And then...
Whoa. Okay.
All right, you wouldn't know this from Brent's laughing, but that was actually his light, not mine. But luckily, it was okay, but it just goes to show you the incredibly good naturedness of Brent and how much fun he is to be around.
Yeah.
So this is the great thing about YouTube. This is actually Brent and mine's first time ever actually meeting each other in person. So this was a whole new experience for both of us. And I gotta say, this was a lot of fun. And I absolutely couldn't have picked a better person to do it with. But as you know, this isn't all fun and games. We've got a serious project ahead of us. A ton of painting to do. And we are just about to get started. We've got a big thermos of coffee here for our first night, and we are ready to get painting.
All right, so we're back, day 2, and here we are, Brent. What are your thoughts? Did we do good?
Well, there's a lot of paint on these guys now.
There's a lot of paint, a lot of primer.
Yeah, so we've got all of these primed, and we have 2 very small buildings painted mostly. So I don't know if we're on track or not.
I think today is going to be a good day. We're going to be just painting, and
oh yeah, we got our scheme pretty much down yesterday, and that's also a time-consuming bit. So
I think we can make it work. It'll be close though. Yeah.
Perfect.
It'll be close.
Perfect.
All right, you ready to get at her?
Ready.
All right, let's do this.
All right, so on to day 2. So I'm starting off with the Tabletop World Mansion, and Brent is tackling Townhouse 2, which is what you see in front of you here. So as you saw there, our optimism levels for getting all these buildings completely finished are a bit at odds with each other. Brent came in just completely strong, thinking that we are going to finish all these buildings no problem. Me, on the other hand, I'm a lot more cautious. I will admit though, I was incredibly relieved to see his enthusiasm and his positivity for getting these things completely wrapped up, because I know if I'm left with these things all by myself, it's just not going to happen. Or if it does happen, it is going to take an extremely long time, and I don't have a long time to work on this one project. So whether or not we're going to finish this, well, that remains to be seen. And if we don't, will I have the capacity to continue and finish? Hopefully we don't have to try and find out.
Hey guys, so we're back again. This is day 3. We had one full solid day yesterday of actually painting these things up. Our optimism was very high. Mine was down here. Brent pulled me up to here, and I think it was a bit of a wake-up call though.
Yeah, reality pulled us both right back down.
Oh yeah, like down back to here. So we were hoping to get the 1 building done, or 2 buildings done each.
Yeah, 2 buildings a day. That's good pace. 2 buildings a day each. But that is not realistic, as it turns out. So no, these buildings have a lot of detail. They have a lot of different textures.
A ton of detail.
Yeah, we just really got sucked in, kind of making everything the way we want it. So 1 building a day seems like an acceptable pace.
And you need to get sucked in to make these things the way you want them. Like they're totally worth it to put the effort into them. So that's what we're doing.
We're hoping the walls go faster, but we will see. Either way, it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It's a new day, day 3. We still have 3 full days ahead of us, including today. So we're going to get to it. You ready?
Let's get to it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so as Brent tackles the inn, I'm going to attempt to get really far ahead with this wall. The main city wall is basically almost entirely made out of stone. There are some sections that have wood in them, and penciling the finer details of the wood is what really takes a long time. So before starting the project, I did some experimenting. I was really liking the look of a lighter colored mortar. It just kind of gave it a more of a realistic look to it rather than having kind of dark crevices in between the rocks and making it really contrasty. I found the lighter mortar gave off a much more realistic look. So I decided to try out pigments, and that's what we are using for the mortar here is pigment, powdered pigment, and we brush it into all the nooks and crannies, and then you wet it to activate it, and once it's in the cracks, it's not coming out. Okay, so a huge part, important part of these walls is the weathering, and this is what's really going to kind of separate it from each other, all the different pieces from each other, and make things not look completely uniform and symmetrical. Adding in these dark patches across in different parts in the corners and things like that really adds a lot of variety to the overall look of the wall and the town gate, as you see here. So we use a really heavy black wash to simulate those stains, and then use a water spray bottle on afterwards to give it kind of that really realistic streaking effect that you get from years and years of water and mold and things like that. And then afterwards we add on the dry brush, and this is what really brings out all the stone and really makes things pop quite nicely. And yeah, it does a huge job of just bringing everything together. So see if you spot any differences between Brent and mine's work area. Brent's is nice and clean, and mine is kind of the opposite. I like to use the paper to clean my brushes off on. I got bottles tipped over, things kind of scattered all over the place, but Brent is a very meticulous painter. And actually, if you go over to his channel and watch his whole video, he's doing an entire video on this as well, you'll see the difference. He's got many time lapses that he's going to be putting into his, and he is basically solid like a rock in one position. I am all over the place, and it's pretty funny to watch. So when you're done with this video, go over to Goobertown Hobbies and make sure to watch his video.
Okay, Neil, we are on day 4.
Yes, day four. Here we are.
Yep, and it's actually pretty late in the day. It's about 9 o'clock at night right now, and essentially we were just working hard all day. We were in the middle of this wall. We got through it though. The wall is pretty much done, and yeah, that's a big chunk of it out of the way, so we're feeling good about that. Happily, that went relatively fast because it's mostly stone and then all the weathering and all that stuff. So we have one day left, essentially.
One more to go.
Neil, what does the next day look like for you?
Yes, for me, you got your assignment there. I'm going to be finishing off the town gate, which is a behemoth of a building, but it's got a lot of stone. The stone actually went on relatively easy. I think that's the detail is large enough that you can do it fairly quickly, so that wasn't so bad. But then we got this section here, and then I want to tackle this big massive merchant shop right here, get that guy going, hopefully done. You think we can get these two wrapped up?
So we're on the last day, so we do not need to conserve sleep. We don't need to pace ourselves. I myself is my last full building, this one right here. So 2 of the largest buildings in this collection. And we're gonna push it, see if we can crank through this last day and really get a nice finished most of a village out of this.
I think so.
Yeah. I think so too. Yeah.
Alrighty, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. See you tomorrow, guys.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, I don't know if you noticed so much, or at least as much as I did, but I had way less energy than Brent had at that moment. Brent is like built for this kind of thing. These type of painting marathons, he has done a few on his channel, and that guy can just go and go and go, and it's pretty admirable, pretty incredible what he can do. Me at this stage, these 14-hour days are starting to really wear a little bit. I'm just getting tired, but that just goes to show you how much of an impact having Brent here made on this entire project, both for the work and effort that he put in, but for what he was essentially forcing me to do. And you know, just persevere like this and really push my boundaries, which never hurt anybody. So we're off to another start on our early morning painting routine. Today is just like any other day. We get up with our hot cup of coffee at about 7:30, 8 o'clock-ish, so we didn't get up too early. Our nights usually ended at around 12, 1 o'clock, somewhere in there. Brent, however, decided to stay up till 3 a.m. last night, and I was in bed by 12:30. Again, goes to show you how much of a painting machine he truly is. He wanted to get this townhouse, or this noble townhouse, finished up, and he was dedicated to doing that. So as Brent works on finishing up his noble townhouse in the background there, I pull out the airbrush, which is actually the first time we pulled this out. And if I were to kind of do this again, would be a really great method for covering kind of the larger surface areas like the roofs and things like that really quickly. But here I am just finishing up the flag for the town gate, which had snapped off earlier. This is one of the final things to do. This and the big gate itself. So that's what we're doing here, just weathering this up, putting our washes on, and getting things finalized, which is feeling really, really good at this point.
Here we are at day 5, and man, it's been a long 5 days. It's been an awesome 5 days. We've been working our butts off like crazy, 14-hour days easily, very little sleep. And what do you think? What do you think, Brent?
I'm happy. Like you were alluding to, I am exhausted, but joyous.
Oh man!
So
Absolutely.
we just laid these buildings out all together like this for the first time in the last few days, and also we just finished a few of them today anyway. So this is the first time we are looking at the collection.
First
like
time
this.
we're laying eyes on all of it together, and it's stunning.
Yeah, hopefully this looks cool at home, but this looks absolutely amazing in person. The detail, I'm happy with the paint job we did.
Absolutely. You'll see, we'll be doing some close-ups here so you can get right in and see everything, but I'm very impressed with what we've done. I'm going to continue on. I've got this guy here that is, I think I'll have it done by tomorrow. I'm going to keep going.
So I'm leaving very early in the morning, in just a few hours actually, but Neil has promised to finish this project. We're so close.
We've got a few on the side over there that I've got to get to, but I think I can ride this momentum. I can keep going. I need to keep going. I think if I take a break in there, it's not going to be good. I just got to keep at it, and I think I can.
I'll text Neil every day. How's it going, buddy?
Exactly.
How you doing?
That's what you got to do. So yeah, it's been incredible. I just want to give you, Brent, a huge thank you for flying yourself out. Brent, all on his own, decided that he would come out on his own, fly out here and help me paint these things all the way from Maine. I'm way in the middle of nowhere, middle of Canada. He flew himself out here to help me out with this, and it has been incredible, and it's been an honor to have you here.
Thank you so much for letting me into your house and putting me up and feeding me and all that. But yeah, no, the real story is Neil showed me the pile of awesome terrain in his basement, and I immediately invited myself over. But it all worked out, and yeah, anyway, we've had fun. Here's the terrain. It's looking cool. We're about to cut to some glamour shots and close-ups and rearrange some things, and yeah, we're looking forward to that, so enjoy.
Enjoy.
So here it is. We did it. Well, mostly did it, but look at what we've got here. It's incredible what we were able to get done in just 5 days. Looking at these shots right now and realizing that that's what it took, just 5 days. 5 days of incredibly hard work and immense perseverance. Man, we came a long, long way. So as promised to Brent, I need to keep painting and get the rest of these buildings finished. So there's still a handful of buildings left. There is a bridge, there's a windmill, a water mill, a blacksmith, and the merchant shop, the really big one that I didn't quite get done. So there is still a lot of work to do, and I got to do this all on my own now. I wish Brent could have stayed just 1 or 2 more days, but he had to go home. He's got a life to live. And so I got to get these buildings painted up in order to make this board for Tabletop World. In the meantime, though, we have all of these completed. Take a look at what we have set up here. This is Brent's goblin army that he brought along with him. He painted each and every one of those, and he did an incredible job. And this here is an actual mini of Brent fighting off that dragon. So yes, go and check out Brent's channel. He is an incredible painter and does absolutely amazing work over there. And the biggest thing that you'll notice right off the bat is he is such a great guy to listen to. Just sitting there in his laid back, relaxed style just makes you, I don't know what it is, but it really just, he pulls you in while teaching you the fundamentals of painting or running marathons for charities. He's just an all-around great teacher and great guy, as I know many others in the community can attest to. So go check out Brent and his channel over at Goobertown Hobbies.
All right, guys, be sure to head over to Brent's channel over at Goobertown Hobbies. I got his channel just in the link below. Subscribe to him. We've got a massive amount of footage, and his video and his take on all of this is completely different and is going to be an absolute joy to watch. Be sure to head over there and subscribe. And I just want to give a big, massive thanks to Tabletop World, obviously, for sending all of these buildings. Man, it's been incredible, and this is not the end. We have a massive project ahead of us. This is going to be made into an epic, huge piece of terrain. Can you imagine the size of the board that this to fit all this on? If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, and I'm going to see you guys on the next one. Hey guys, so we are back, Brian. Oh,
Want to start that over?
Yeah, let's start on.
Keep going.
My neighbor is named Brian. Okay, Brent. Hey, at least I just didn't keep going. I realized right away. Okay, awesome.
I just don't respond.
Yeah. That would have been good. Okay, that one's going in the blooper reel.
Fine with that.
Maybe not. We'll see. Okay.